Hey guys, we're back with another TF2 live commentary, and today I wanted to talk a bit about something different. This is sort of a video in the same style as Jay Schlatt's The Weekly Slap, where, he narrates stuff over Call of Duty live commentary, and I wanted to give that a try, but with TF2 live commentary and my own experiences and talk about what I want. So today I wanted to talk a bit about the concept of, if you guys are familiar with the meme of "we're so back and it's so we're so back and it's so over," like a sort of like loop that always happens. Like you go from "we're so back" to "it's over," and it constantly repeats over and over and over again. And I think that one of the personally, I've recently gone through a period of time where my "we're so back" ended, and I think I'm currently on more of like a "we're so over," or it's going to be getting there. So if you're watching this, you probably have experienced something a bit similar in the past, and I'm not necessarily here to like give advice or anything, but I think it's just sort of interesting in the way that it happens, because oftentimes our experiences, even the smallest things, can bring us from a "we're so back" to it's so over. So, for example, if, let's say, a girl doesn't text you back, or you get a bad grade on a test or something like that, it can instantly just kill your mood. And I think that it's important to remember that all of the every single time something negative happens, we often let ourselves become discouraged when something bad happens. I think we let ourselves become discouraged when something bad happens, and we let it kill our mood. So if we're having a really good, sort of almost like a win streak in a way. If we're having a win streak, just win after win, everything is going our way. How we imagine it. We can become very discouraged when something bad happens, when something that doesn't go our way happens. And it can cause a lot of us to sort of lose that momentum, the momentum that we felt when all of the momentum we felt when everything was aligning. It can be extremely discouraging, I know, for a personal fact. But one thing that is really useful to keep in mind is just that everything will be alright.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
I think that's a thing that a lot of people often forget. Because oftentimes they see, a lot of times, you get discouraged over the smallest things, or things that aren't that small. They're pretty major things, in fact. But I think that personally, everybody has the power to sort of choose how it affects them. So when people encounter difficult scenarios like a breakup, for example, I think that you can choose to, different people handle breakups things like that, they definitely. So I think that people have the ability to choose how they handle it. So if you decide to, just wallow in your own pain, and just not really do much about it, it can quickly end up being very discouraging to one another. It can be very discouraging to you, and you might feel that everything is over. Where the fuck did he come from? Okay. But other people might, choose that, use that disappointment they felt, and go to the gym, build themselves up better. The whole you saw with the whole Sigma male sort of gym arc, heartbroken villain arc sort of thing. And I will admit, I went through that phase about a year ago. And while I cringe on it, I'm a bit embarrassed to talk about it today at any time. It's one of those things where if I remember it late at night, I sort of, cringe in my head. But just fucking killed that rocket jump. I think it's definitely it was definitely for me a useful opportunity or a useful thing as to it made me the person I am today. And had I chosen to not do anything about it, had I chosen to not use that into something more productive, turn that negative energy I was having into something productive. I don't think I would be the same person. In fact, I think I would be a bit alone, a lesser, not the best version of myself that I think I am today. So I think that if you want to take away anything from this thing from my ramble at all, I think it's just really important to remember that you do have the opportunity. Everybody is going to go through life's ups and downs, and I think it's down to everybody also has the personal
behind the carts.
Everybody also has the sort of choice as to how it affects them. Obviously, it might be harder for some people in some certain scenarios, but I think it's just useful to remember that when you feel like it's over, there are things you can do to bring you back to the we're so back. And oftentimes, the we're so back isn't even over. Just because that one small thing affected you, it doesn't mean that your win streak or your series of good events failed to just completely evaporate. I know personally, just from personal experience, in my experience at least, when I definitely had those moments where I felt like nothing was going right, where everything was over. Where everything was over. But in the moment, it felt like I was doomed. I couldn't do anything, and I was on the
Where the fuck is the team?
I couldn't do anything, I felt like. But looking back at those certain times, I think that they were just a small hiccup in my long sort of ministry. 2 scouts. Perfect. So I think that just about wraps up my just rambling, I guess. If you watch this, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, you know, all of that. I'm gonna try to improve on my rambling, or I'm gonna try to have a bit more structured videos next time. So yeah, guys, if you're watching this, thank you. Or thank you for sticking until the very end. There definitely will be more content like this in the future, so